Yes, hello tradies. Welcome to the Air Raid Siren, where Mitch and I get the chance to talk about something that is not trade related. Mitch, would you like to open the batting today?
I want to talk about Jeremy Cameron's 100th goal pursuit this year. So he's on 75, 3 home and away games left, potentially 2 finals at a minimum for Geelong, provided we think they're going to make top 4 with the run home they've got. That could be 3. So he's, on average, going to need 5 goals per game to crack the ton. Most likely that would happen in a final. There's been debate over whether the fans should be allowed on the field or not. I was there the night Buddy kicked his 1,000th at the SCG and fans came on. I would say absolutely bring it on. Like, there is no world where fans should not be allowed on in a final. Now, the Saints will talk about Fraser Gehrig in that 04 prelim when it killed momentum. But I think for the good of the game, the image of the game and the game needing some positivity, it should happen every day of the week. That is my air raid for the week.
Oh, wow. Short and sharp.
Short and sharp. I just think we're going to debate it, at length over the next few months or the next month. Should it not? For the benefits that it brings, I think it needs to happen.
Mine's slightly more serious and a little bit darker. I was flabbergasted on the weekend sitting at home with Diva watching Cam Zurhaar come off the bench and, if he'd made contact, could have broken Rowan Marshall's neck, to be honest. I don't think I've seen it act like that on a footy field for a long time. Not at AFL level.
So did he come off the bench, did he?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Straight into it.
It was really dangerous. It could have really hurt him. Marshall seemed he went off. He seemed a bit frazzled, to be honest.
There was contact.
To my naked eye, it seemed affected, and then came back on. And then, typically the AFL, there wasn't enough contact. So I think now the next 30 seconds might be a little bit boring for our listeners. Andrew Dillon and Laura Kane, both as career lawyers, have done a mountain of work in the last decade, behind the scenes, unrewarded running, getting our game to a point that is making it as safe as humanly possible. They're so far ahead of the NRL, it's not even funny. With the concussion protocols, with changing the behaviours of how players approach contest. And they have been torched for it by the average footy fan to a large degree. And I have long been an apologist for their behaviour, and more than that, a supporter. I think they've really changed the game and they've made it safer. They've had to wear a lot of bruises along the way. The weekend was a huge setback for that momentum that they've created. Now, they'll fall back on, the system currently dictates, and, if we had given him weeks, then he would have appealed and he might have got it. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. You are the governing body of the game. You make the rules. You make the timelines. I don't want to get too dark here, but we're, 2 weeks after a guy in New York City walked into the NFL head offices with a loaded gun, right? People died, and the story that has come out about that gentleman is that he was claiming that he was suffering from CTE as a result of a high school football career. Now, CTE has been a huge issue for the NFL for a long time. They made a movie about it, for goodness sake. The AFL are worried about what CTE does. So we cannot live in the same world where the AFL claims that they are taking concussion seriously and letting Cam Zurhaar play this week. You just can't.
So they said it was negligible contact.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Under the potential to cause injury, it should have been a week.
Yeah, he basically threw a round arm. To use another analogy, he looked at someone and threw a round arm and missed. I think the action you have to send a message that sort of stuff just doesn't live in our game anymore. So, yeah, as I said, I think the AFL have done an unbelievable job in the last decade to make our game safer. But if they are truly going to stand against concussion and everything that can happen with it, then they have to take issues and incidents like that far more seriously. The Toby Green kicking one annoyed me. This one has just really knocked me down.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the air raid time. We'll see you next week.